Are you a lover of classical music? Jazz music? Gospel music? Hip hop? Adult contemporary? Or any kind of music? If yes, keep watching Kolawole Piano TV show. If music be the food of love, then let's play.
My name is Joseph Oparamanuike. I'm popularly known as Mr. Tenno. I studied chemical engineering, my first degree in Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I went further to do masters abroad, which I did postgraduate diploma in performance, and I did masters in opera. I decided to come down to Nigeria. I also walk around other countries. I decided to come down to Nigeria in order to open up an opera company, which we just did. And the name of the opera company is Comic Opera House, which will be launched with the first performance of the company in September 3rd, 2006, this very year. Hopefully, we get it cracking. The question, if my passion developed or I made up my mind to do this a very long time ago, it's not really, I can't just answer the question straightforward. I started singing in choirs in 1988, and in 1995 I became a choir master for the first time. And ever since I've been singing in choir as a choir boy, I've always been doing solos and all this. And when I joined the university, I also became the choir master. In 1998 was when I became a choir master at university. 1995 was when I became a choir master in my hometown. So the interest all this while, the years I'm calling, are all hobby. At this point, I've not really made up my mind that, okay, this is my music, this is what I'm going to do. I continued my study of chemical engineering in Federal University of Technology, Owerri. And when I graduated, I did my NYC in an engineering company. After NYC, the first job I got was in a music industry, a music company. I kept doing it, but things were not working out the way it's supposed to work out. But I decided to go back to engineering. At that point, I got frustrated out because the passion of music was stronger. So in 2007, when I left, before I left the engineering company, that was when I made up my mind to, okay, I'm not going to go on with this engineering, I am going on with music. The question whether anybody who has a good voice can sing opera, or are there specific technique in order to get this opera done? The simple answer is, not everybody who has a good voice can sing opera. If we look around it, you know that there are different genres in music. There are pop music, there are gospel music, and we have high life, we have, in Africa, we have juju music and all those things. So, if these people have this specific kind of voices that suits those kind of style of music, that means it's not going to be easy for them to sing opera, because opera requires you being able to have the technique to sing without a microphone, and you have to sing to cover if you have about 50-man orchestra, 60-man orchestra on the orchestra pit. You can imagine how the sound is going to be, but you are still required to sing without a microphone, and the technique is very important. The technique has to come from classical music technique and not any style of music technique. That means it's only those people who are trained in that line that can have the vocal stamina to carry on with this. The question, my greatest achievement in music, it is like asking Cristiano Ronaldo, who has scored several goals in his life, asking him, what is your greatest goal you have ever scored? Because which sometimes you cannot remember all those things. I have really achieved quite a lot in singing and in classical music and in the music industry. A lot of them are performances which have been able to do high-profile performances. I was able to perform at the Commonwealth Game, 2014 Commonwealth Game in front of the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh. That's another big achievement. Also, I was able to do a lot of work with an international choir who toured around the world. We've been to China to perform, all the way from China. We went to Brazil, we did a lot of work in France, Italy, Germany, Austria. A lot of work we have done. If I'm not in this music, I wouldn't have been able to achieve that. But the biggest achievement to have in Nigeria is being able to put up the first Italian romantic opera. The first opera which is full. I know when they did Magic Flute, it wasn't a full, it was an excerpt, but we did L'Elisir d'Amore by Donizetti, and it was a full opera which we did with great scenery, with great sets, low budget, but everything went up well. Then the biggest achievement still in Nigeria now is being able to open an opera company, which will be launched on the 3rd of September. And this is the work we're going to do, Don Pasquale by Donizetti. So this work will explain itself when the time comes. Then what I did for the achievement I did for the first opera for museum is this L'Elisir d'Amore, which I said earlier, and these are some of the pictures you will see when they show you, and I'm sure you're going to see it. So we had a lot of fun working together. We had a lot of achievement, a lot of challenges, a lot of things that we knew ourselves, having worked about 5 months on this production, which is there about what you need to do in an opera. So these are the highlights of the biggest achievement I have done, and there are other ones which I can't